Are you visiting Universal Islands of Adventure and only have one day in the park? Well, in this video, I'm going to share the ultimate itinerary to have the best one day in Universal Islands of Adventure. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Krystal Palace. So maybe you're visiting Universal Orlando this year and you're doing Epic Universe. So that cuts down to only one day visiting Islands of Adventure, one day at Universal Studios Florida, and one day at Epic Universe. That's my ultimate itinerary. So let's talk about your day at Islands of Adventure. If you watched my last YouTube video, you can see a one day at Epic Universe itinerary where I break down how to do every ride at Epic Universe in just one day. Now it's time to do one of the most popular parks in the country, Islands of Adventure. Now this park is going to be trickier because compared to Epic Universe, Islands of Adventure has so many more rides, attractions, entertainment, food, dining, things to do. Because of course it's been open for 25 plus years now, so they've added a bunch of things to the park. Universal Islands of Adventure opened in 1999, and as of 2025, it has 19 rides. This includes 5 roller coasters and 3 water rides within 8 themed lands of Islands of Adventure, each offering a unique set of attractions. You have the Port of Entry, Seuss Landing, the Lost Continent, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Hogsmeade, Jurassic Park, Toon Lagoon, and Marvel Superhero Island. Out of all 3 Universal parks, not including Volcano Bay, Islands of Adventure does have the most rides. So spending one day here, you're going to be moving around. First, we have to break down some tips so you know before you go. Your day at Islands of Adventure starts before you even arrive. You want to plan in advance and thus buy your tickets in advance. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know this is so important to do because you don't want to have to waste time by standing at the ticket counter outside of the park when you could be in the park riding some of the amazing attractions at Islands of Adventure. Plus, you can also save money if you buy your tickets ahead of time versus at the park gate. Similar to Epic Universe and honestly any other theme park you're gonna go to, having the Express Pass is a huge benefit and really helps your day at Islands of Adventure if you are trying to do everything in one day. Bless me. Okay. Especially because now the most popular attraction in all of Islands of Adventure and Universal for that matter, Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure is now included in the Universal Express Pass. Yay! Thank you, Universal, for doing this because now the Universal Express Pass for Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios Florida is so much more worth it because Hagrid's, Velocicoaster, Kong, Hulk, all of these big rides in Islands of Adventure, you can use the Express Pass on. This will save you so much time, especially Hagrid's, because Hagrid's is always such a long wait. So now where it differs from Epic Universe is that the Universal Express Pass, you can get an unlimited Express Pass for Islands of Adventure compared to Epic Universe where you can only ride each attraction one time. At Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios Florida, you can purchase that single-use Express Pass option, but you can also purchase an unlimited pass, which is, I personally like this option because you can re-ride your favorite attractions as many times as you want. Also, this is the Express Pass that is included in your stay at Hard Rock Hotel, Portofino Bay, and Royal Pacific Resort. So if you're staying at any of those hotels, you're going to get this Express Pass included in your stay. Huge benefit, and you can absolutely do everything in Islands of Adventure in one day if you have this Express Pass. But this itinerary is going to focus on if you don't have the Universal Express Pass. So stay tuned for that. Some more tips before you start your Islands of Adventure day is to download the Universal app in advance. Mobile ordering, maps, wait times, whatever you need during your day at Universal, you can find on the Universal app. Downloading it in advance, get used to the app, look around, look at the maps, look at the wait times. You can set wait time alerts right in the app. So if a ride drops below a certain time, they'll notify you. You can head over there and ride it. Also, put your credit card in so you don't have to do that and fumble your cards in the park. You have it all set and ready to go. The early bird gets the worm. So if you want to visit Islands of Adventure and have the ultimate morning and try to get on the most attractions possible, then you're going to want to arrive early. I recommend arriving 45 minutes to 60 minutes before the park opens, whether that's early park admission or regular park admission. Still, you want to get there early to get to the front of the line. Now, Islands of Adventure is great because there are a bunch of hotels that are walking distance to the park, which means that you can walk no matter what time it is. The buses and the water taxis start running 60 minutes before the park opens for early park admission. So if you want to leave before that time with the walking path, you can do that. This is a great advantage because you beat that first bus or water taxi rush, and you can get there before everyone else that is taking the bus or the water taxis. I always like walking to the parks in the morning. You control your own fate and get there when you want to get there. Of course, the buses and the water taxis are great too if you don't want to walk or you're a little far. But if you really want to get to the front of the line, walking is a great option. You can walk from Sapphire Falls, Aventura, Cabana Bay, Royal Pacific, Hard Rock Hotel, and Portofino Bay to Islands of Adventure. Using the walking path or water taxis also helps you avoid the whole parking garage security hub. Now, this is an advantage because one, that is all park guests. So if guests are driving in, they're Ubering in, plus hotel guests all go through the security checkpoint at the parking garage hub. Compared to the walking path and water taxis, that's only for Universal hotel guests and whoever's on the walking path or the water taxis. So this will save you a lot of time too. And now, without further ado, we have the official Krystal Palace Islands of Adventure one-day ride itinerary. Let's do this. So what are we going to do first? We're going to arrive early, 45 minutes to 60 minutes before the park opens. Now, if you have early park admission, this is going to be for you. So listen up. Early park admission, you can get if you are staying at a Universal Orlando hotel or if you're a Universal annual pass holder. But if you're a pass holder, keep in mind that blackout days for early park admission do apply. So be sure to check the Universal website before your visit. Or if you purchase your tickets with a travel agency like the Park Prodigy, which I always recommend, you can get early park admission included in your multi-day tickets. Check the link in my description for more information on that. Plus, you could use the code the Krystal Palace 10 or the Krystal Palace 30 to save even more money on your Universal vacation package or tickets with the Park Prodigy. So if you have early park admission, this allows guests to enter participating parks an hour early, typically starting at 7 a.m. if your regular park hours begins at 8 a.m., which is typical for Islands of Adventure. This is great for Harry Potter fans, or if you are visiting for one day and you want to make sure you hit all of the most popular attractions. So for early park admission, you want to first head to the most popular ride, Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. This is the best ride. I love Hagrid so much. It's my favorite ride. Always have the biggest smile on my face throughout the whole entire ride. You want to head here first because no matter what, this is going to be very popular and a long wait, especially now that the Universal Express Pass is included. So during early park admission, you could do two things. You can, one, if you're a big Harry Potter fan, I would do Hagrid's Forbidden Journey and Flight of the Hippogriff. Forbidden Journey and Flight of the Hippogriff will be walk-ons after Hagrid's. And if you're at the front of the line because you got there early, then you'll walk onto Hagrid's too, hoping that the ride doesn't get delayed. So you could do all the three rides in Hogsmeade, or what I personally like to do is I like to go from Hagrid's. It involves a little more walking, but I like to do Hagrid's and then the Velocicoaster during early park admission, and that will bring you right to pretty much an hour. You'll be waiting about 15 to 20 minutes for Velocicoaster. Not bad at all because everyone is still going to Hagrid's. And then you can go back over and do Forbidden Journey and Flight of the Hippogriff because those waits will be about 15 to 20 minutes as well by the time you get over there and when the park opens to regular guests, because Hogsmeade is pretty much in the back of the park, so it's going to take them a minute to walk back there. Now, with early park admission, if you are one of the first people in the park, you can pretty much get all of these 4 early park admission rides, Hagrid's, Flight of the Hippogriff, Forbidden Journey, and Velocicoaster, done right around the time the park opens, which is 9 a.m. or maybe 9:30, 9:45. So if you don't have early park admission, what do? By the time early park admission ends at 9 o'clock, Hagrid's is going to be 100+ minute wait, pretty much all the time. This ride is so popular. So if you don't have early park admission, or if you have early park admission, once you're done with early park admission, where do you go? Here's a plan for you. Continuing on. So by 9 a.m., Hagrid's is going to be 100+ minutes. What do you do now? You are going to go to Skull Island, Reign of Kong. And if you're coming from Jurassic Park or Hogsmeade, you're going to be right there. So this is a great ride to hop to after early park admission. So you can see why early park admission is a really great benefit for so many reasons, but the main reason being it sets you up for a really great park plan because of where you are location-wise in the park. Then you're going to make your way to Marvel while everyone's headed towards Hogsmeade pretty much. You're going to be going back to the front of the park and now do Marvel Superhero Island. So here, you're going to first walk by Spider-Man. So do Spider-Man. By 9:30, 10 a.m., it'll be about 25-30 minute wait. After that, head to the Hulk, which will be about 20 minutes. And by this time, the single rider lines are possibly going to be open. So if you want to use the single rider lines for any of these attractions, it'll cut your wait time down a bit if you don't mind your party getting split up. So you're doing Spider-Man, Hulk, and then you can do Doctor Doom's Fearful and Stormforce Accelatron, which should be walk-ons. So now you have all of the biggest rides in the park done by 11 a.m. But before we continue, let's talk about breakfast because I come from an Italian family where we plan food into our day. So I always make sure to think about when I'm going to be eating. This plan is great, but I've honestly have done this exact plan. You can watch the video on my YouTube channel, and I ended up getting really sick because I didn't have anything in my stomach. And from going from ride to ride to ride, it just made me pretty nauseous. So you want to make sure you have something in your stomach, especially because most of the restaurants in Islands of Adventure don't actually open until 11 a.m. for lunch. There's not that many breakfast spots. So here are a few options for you. During early park admission, if you want to stop before Hagrid's, which I don't recommend, but you can stop at Croissant Moon Bakery, Starbucks, and Cinnabon. That's right in the front of the park at the port of entry. Or if you have someone in your party that's not going to be riding these attractions, you want to send them to go and do it, that works too. Shout out to my mom, who that's her job. Or another thing I like to do during early park admission, after I do Velocicoaster and the Harry Potter rides, I'll grab a breakfast at the Three Broomsticks. It's empty, it's going to be quick, and you get to experience breakfast at the Three Broomsticks. They have really great food options. They have meals that include butterbeer. It's a good experience for breakfast, especially if you're a Harry Potter fan. If you can wait until after you do all these rides, once you're done with Marvel Superhero Island, you'll be back by Croissant Moon Bakery, and I highly recommend that because they have some really good food in there. Okay, so now we're done with our Marvel morning. You want to get a quick snack. Then we are going to head to Toon Lagoon and get those water rides done. Now, Florida, it's hot. If you don't like water rides, you could totally skip this whole section, but I would recommend doing it earlier in the morning around 11 o'clock because these rides later in the day do get very, very popular because it's so hot. Everyone wants to cool down on the water attractions. So you can do Dudley Do-Right's Ripsaw Falls. This is the more popular of the water attractions, but I personally prefer Popeyes more. So the average wait time for Dudley Do-Right's around 11 a.m. is going to be about 30 minutes. So if you want to do this ride, this is a great time to do it because like I said, the line does get long and stay long throughout the day. Popeyes will be about 10 minutes at 11 a.m. So you can hit these two back to back and then head over to Jurassic Park River Adventure, which should be about 45-minute wait around this time. And this is just the average wait time data. Of course, when you visit, it might be totally different. If you want to take a look, I'm getting my information from thrillldata.com and they just show you the average wait times in Islands of Adventure or any park for that matter. It's a really helpful tool to use if you really want to plan your day out. After you splash down on Jurassic Park River Adventure, I would recommend grabbing lunch at Thunder Falls Terrace. This is my favorite quick service, probably in all of Universal Orlando. Oakenstar Tavern is giving it a run for its money though. But in Island of Adventure, love Thunder Falls Terrace. They have some great rotisserie chicken platters, salads, and it's right next to Jurassic Park River Adventure, so it's perfect for this itinerary. After you eat at the delicious Thunder Falls Terrace, you can head over to the Raptor counter. Now, this is a really cool, unique experience where you get to come face to face with the real life raptor. I would recommend for all ages. You can explore Camp Jurassic and the Jurassic Park Discovery Center while you're in Jurassic Park as well, and maybe head over and do Ollivander's wand shop experience if you're a big Harry Potter fan. Just keep in mind that Hogsmeade is going to be very crowded midday. Now, once afternoon, early evening rolls around, the park does tend to clear out a bit during dinner time. People heading to City Walk and get dinner. This is a great time right around sunset, dusk, dinner time is to do Seuss Landing. If you don't have young kids, of course, because the young kids typically will go back to their hotels, their parents will bring them out of the park, and they're not going to be staying that late. So if you want to hop on some of these Seuss Landing attractions just to do everything in the park, and they are super cute, now is a great time to do it. If you didn't do early park admission, nighttime is a great time to do Hogsmeade. You can hop on Hagrid's late at night and get a night ride on Hagrid's, do Forbidden Journey, Flight of the Hippogriff. The wait times will be a little longer, which is why I recommend personally trying to get that early park admission and doing them in the morning. But if you don't, then I would save Hogsmeade personally for nighttime because it's going to be cooler, less crowded, and Hogsmeade midday is like a lot with the crowds. Plus, Hogsmeade at night does have a nighttime castle show. Hogwarts always runs during the summer. They have a Halloween one, a Christmas one. So just be sure to ask a team member for what time that show is going to happen on Hogwarts Castle. It's just a little quick show, but it's really cool. It makes for a complete Universal Island of Adventure experience. Now that's pretty much every ride. I don't think I forgot anything. You could see some shows in Hogsmeade. Make sure to check the Universal app if there's any like meet and greets you want to do, or see some shows like the Tri-Wizard Tournament or the stories you'll hear in Seuss Landing. Or maybe you want to make a lunch reservation or a dinner reservation for Mythos or Confisco Grill and plan that into your itinerary. This is just a based on wait times, based on my past experiences. I've been to this park a lot. Let's just say a lot. More times than I would probably like to admit. So I hope you found it helpful. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video and it helped you plan your trip. And if you're planning to go to Islands of Adventure, when do you plan on going? Thank you for watching. Be sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the Krystal Palace right down below. I will see you guys in the next one. Happy planning. Peace.